Coach, welcome.
Thank you, Steve.
Another game this weekend. 1 point out of 9. In the last 3 games, 2 defeats on the bounce. It might be difficult for you to take, and then I'm sure you are worried.
Absolutely, very worried, very concerned about it. The whole technical team, the playing body, everybody's worried. Everybody's not happy about it because per how we started the league, least did we expect that we could go into such a situation, because the players were gradually peaking and they were doing well. They had their confidence, everything was fine, they were playing well. But then that's the nature of the game. Sometimes you don't get what you want. So we all feel, especially me, understand the pain, the emotions of the supporters, because they expected so much from us, and we were giving it to them, and then all of a sudden we went on that trend. So I want to assure them that we are putting the house together, we are putting ourselves together to make sure that we bounce back strongly and then beautifully.
This weekend we traveled to Bechem. Last weekend they managed a 2-2 draw from Asante, which means they are a strong side. And the last time Kotoko managed a victory from Bechem was on the 18th of May 2016. So for close to 7 seasons we are here to win. What do you think, based on your experience playing against them and then playing there, what do you think we need to change or we need to do to be able to defy this winless streak?
I think we need to show high levels of energy, high levels of aggression, and then we also need to show a lot of creativity in front of goal. Make sure that the few chances that come our way, we convert them, because they are a very, very resolute side. They are a very strong side. Physically, they are very strong, and they try to play a lot of long balls. We have to make sure that we are aggressive with and without the ball. We are very determined to run throughout the 90 minutes with and without the ball, and make sure also that the few chances that come our way, we convert. Because that's the essence of the game, to convert your chances and then make sure that you defend the goals that you have scored.
You've conceded 3 in the last 2 games and you scored 1 in the process. But one of the key areas that you were being applauded for when the league started was how solid your defensive line was. And among the 3 goals, 2 individual errors, which shouldn't happen. What are you doing to correct such individual lapses in the defense?
I think we've met the whole team, and we've met the players involved. We've shown them the videos, and then we've made them aware of what they should have done. I think if you look at the defensive line, as you have said, it's a very strong defensive line. So we've engaged all of them, and the few errors that occurred in those games, we've been able to point them out to them. They've seen it. We are practicing on them and make sure that they don't occur again. What I kept telling them was that football is a repetitive action, which means that whatever happens today in a game will happen another time. If it's not the next game, maybe the next 4 or 5 games, it will happen. Sometimes even the next game, it will happen again. So I made them understand that football is a repetitive sport, that every action that occurs can occur again in the next game, the next game, and the next game. So they shouldn't take those errors for granted. They should make sure that they learn from them and ensure that if they occur again, they don't commit those errors again. So we've done a lot of work on that.
During the off-season, before the season started, during the recruitment process, one thing that was the highlight of it was that the management and the whole technical team believe in this system of going for what I will call it top notch or the best option in terms of signings. That's not to go in for any player at all because we lack certain personalities in certain areas. But one of the things that you discussed were the fact that you want to use some of the youth players, give them the opportunity because of the philosophy or the Kotoko way of football. Are we likely to see any of them make an appearance, giving a little bit more time, unlike what we've seen with Solomon Sarr?
Yeah, I think the youth team is very vibrant. They are training very well. The coaches are doing very well. It's just a matter of time, and then we'll give some of them the opportunity to play. And at the moment, I think we have about 5 of them we have identified who are always training with the first team for purposes of adaptation. Once they are able to adapt, I'm sure they will be good to go. So we travel with them for both home games and away games. They see what happens in the dressing room. I remember the first day Kodia joined the team, we were about singing in the dressing room, and Vitus got up, was singing and dancing. And then your colleague Bechem prompted me. I think that was at Enyinase. He prompted me that I should look at Vitus. I mean, he's now well settled in the team, so he's dancing, singing, he's happy. And then Kodia was just seated and was watching everybody in the dressing room. But then when we went for the next game, I realized that Kodia was also active this time around. So these are the ways to integrate them into the team. First, we want adaptation to occur. Once adaptation occurs, we try to give them the opportunity when they need be. So all is well with the youth team, and the alignment between the first team and the youth team is so great, is so good that I'm sure the transition wouldn't be difficult if we give them the opportunity to play.
There's been this talk of, so to say, I don't know whether to call it criticisms or that you mostly play players out of positions they know that players can play, that's not where they are playing. Maybe you need some little bit of education on that, whether it's true or it's just that people don't understand the system and then the tactics when it comes to your style of play.
Yeah, I don't think at the moment the technical team led by me is playing anybody out of position. And I don't want to go into the fine details of our tactics. It means I'm exposing the team to our opponent. But then what I would say is that I'm not sure anybody's being played out of position. If maybe once you are an offensive midfielder, let's say you are an offensive midfielder, you play as a number 8. Let me use numbers. You play as a number 8 and number 10. You play as a number 8 and a number 10. I mean, the responsibilities, it depends on the role orientations or the job description that the coach gives to you. If you are playing as a number 8, number 10, there will be a lot of opposite rotations where at one point in time, you'll be a number, if you are a number 8 at one point in time, you'll be a number 10. If you are a number 10 at one point in time, you'll be a number 8. So it's about how the players arrange themselves on the field, and then how they use the spaces in front, behind, and on the side of the opponent. Football is about arranging players on the field, which we call formation, the organization, field occupation. So once you arrange the players on the field, now there will be spaces left in front, behind, and on the sides of the opponent. These are the spaces that players without the ball are supposed to move into for their teammates with the ball to connect with them. So once they are able to do that, it doesn't really matter where the person is playing in terms of number. It's about, I am out of my position. I've come to your position. You go occupy my position so that I will have a solid structure at where the ball is. And that's basically about football. So the top-notch coaches, everybody who really, I mean, if you meet coaches, they will tell you that the game is about decisions. And decisions is about where you stand on the field relative to the ball, opponent, and then your teammate. Once you are able to do this right, then we say the player is an intelligent player. So to me, I wouldn't say that we are playing anybody out of position. It's about players knowing that if somebody comes to your position, you have to move to that person's position, or somebody will have to do that. And that's exactly how we train at the training grounds.
Coach, finally, what was the update on Albert ahead of this game?
Yeah, I think he had the side of the knee swelling, so we did a lot of ice therapy. We gave him some pain medication to bring the pain down. And as at now that I was coming for this presser, he was okay. He walks very well, and he tells me that the pain has actually gone down drastically. So the medical team is taking very good care of him. As at now, he's taking very good care of him. And for this weekend, he's not going to be available. And I'm sure it wouldn't take him long to come, because to return, because anytime I engage him, I see that he's doing the right things at the right time. I remember I spoke with him on phone, and he was telling me that, Coach, I can't stay long out of the field. I said, okay, if you don't want to stay long out of the field, then make sure that whatever treatment plan or protocol that you have been asked to follow, you follow it. And he told me, Coach, I'm even following it more than what they told me. So it tells you the determination on the part of the player to recover and get back and join the team. So I'm sure very soon he will join us, because the key thing is that the pain has gone down.
Coach, thank you very much, and we wish you the best for the weekend.
Welcome, Steve.